If I tell anybody this, they will not believe me. This video, I tried to make it like 3 times this morning, since 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. Right now it's 5:36. And when I go to edit the video, I can't see the things that I was recording. All right, so this is like my last time. Thank God they didn't work because I decided to do it a different way. But what this video is about a video I did yesterday. Well, no, it's not about the video that I did yesterday, but something I said in the video yesterday. It was a silly video where was it trying to exile Meghan, ungrateful person, look who's coming to hang out. Is the last part where I was saying it was really silly. I put the video out anyway, where Obama goes to visit the Sussexes in their new home, and who's missing out and all of this. But in the end, the part where there is the music, I said some stuff. And they were truthful. It's not like they were bad stuff or anything like that. They were truthful. But when I listened to it carefully, and I was like, I don't think it's safe for me to put it because I don't want to walk in any dangerous territory. But instead, I decided to do this video to somewhat that, I guess, to convey what I was saying in that video, which I did not put it. I completely removed the audio. That's why I put the music. Convey the message that I was trying to say in a different way. So pretty much, there's two clips that I'm gonna put that will somewhat starting to get to what I'm trying to say. So here are those two clips.
I think they'll be coming back more and more, and I think Harry will miss it. I think he will miss the life of the family. I mean, America's great, Canada's great, it's not as good as here. And he knows that, and I think he'll be back.
Members of Britain's royal family. When it was over, Queen Elizabeth gave Prince Harry and his wife Meghan what they wanted, their independence. But she also set a deadline. Charlie D'Agata on what comes next, including that alleged rift between the two princes.
This afternoon's meeting reportedly lasted about 2.5 hours. Reports say Harry arrived early. Meghan apparently dialed in. And at the end of the day, there was this unprecedented statement from the Queen. My family and I are entirely supportive of Harry and Meghan's desire to create a new life as a young family. But she went on to say, although we would have preferred them to remain full-time working members of the royal family, we respect and understand their wish to live a more independent life as a family while remaining a valued part of my family. Under the deal, Meghan and Harry will live part-time in Canada during a period of transition. Meghan's already there with son Archie. One big question is whether Prince Charles will keep funding Harry and Meghan privately, says royal correspondent Roya Nika.
But ultimately, it is about a family. And, you know, that brotherly bond that was once so close is broken at the moment. And I think above all, William is very sad about that.
William expressed his pain of not being able to put his arm around his little brother anymore. But today, in a show of unity, they issued a joint statement denying that William's bullying caused the split. Meanwhile, the Queen says she wants this all resolved in a matter of days. Nora?
All right, let's see. Charlie, thank you.
Now, what I want to sort of show you is this. I wrote on Google, I sort of know the story behind him, but not fully, and I should, but I wrote, how did Toussaint Louverture die? Most of you may not know who Toussaint Louverture is. So I'm going to read this, and you guys could type it and go more into it and find out who he is. All right? So Toussaint Louverture is a general, not French, Haitian general. So his full name is François Dominique Toussaint Louverture, was a Haitian general and the most prominent leader of the Haitian Revolution. He first fought for the Spanish against the French, then for France against Spain and Great Britain, and finally he fought on behalf of Saint Dominic in the era of Napoleonic France. Okay, so like I said, you could type Google and go into it more. Now, the main thing that I want to show you is, how did he die? How did he die? And what does his death has something to do with William? No connection whatsoever, but just how. Okay? Now, I'm going to go here. How did Toussaint Louverture die? After France, under Napoleon, conquered Haiti, Toussaint Louverture was tricked into a meeting and then arrested. He was sent to France, where he was imprisoned and repeatedly interrogated. He died there of pneumonia and malnutrition in 1803. Okay, so that's how he died. Because he was a great general, they tried to kill him in the battlefield, they couldn't, and he was, he elevated the spirit of the slave, the Haitian slaves, and they fought back, and they won their independence and stuff. So they tricked him. You could read into it. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Where he thought, Toussaint Louverture thought he was gonna go for some treaty, some sort of a deal he was gonna have with the French. Instead, what they did, they said, okay, you could come, we're gonna talk about this, we're gonna do that. And then once he got to France, they arrest him, imprison him, and then they didn't kill him, but they imprisoned him, mistreated him and everything until he died. All right? So what this has to do with Harry? The trickery. All over the news. Where is it? Okay, here. What, the Prince Harry and Meghan Markle biographer? Okay, not that one. This one here. Queen heartbreak. Why monarch will always be door open. Will have door open for Meghan Markle and Harry. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have squandered tremendous chance to do good as royal. That's 1 day ago. Finding freedom, biggest bombshell. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle face permanent exile from the royal family 3 weeks ago. How come from 3 weeks? Now, this is just a sidetrack here. 3 weeks ago, this is what Daily Mail was saying. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle face permanent exile from the royal family. That's 3 weeks ago. And now 1 day ago, again, Daily Mail, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have squandered tremendous chance to do good as royals. How could that huge flip? That's huge difference of headlines. That's something for Hugo to explain. I'm not that smart. But you could see the huge flip. Okay, 3 weeks ago, 1 day ago. Two different sort of headlines. I guess that sort of fit into what I'm trying to say. Because the British can never be truthful. There's always a trickery behind everything they say. They can't really tell you things for face value. So I think that's pretty much fit perfectly into my what I'm trying to say, based on where is it? Not him. I want to talk about him too, but that's not what I'm trying to say. Where is it? Yeah, Toussaint Louverture. All right. So he was tricked into a meeting, and then they arrest him. So I'm just putting this out there. I sort of said it more straightforward on my last video, the one that I was talking about. Instead, I thought it was too dangerous to just say it like that. So I'm just giving examples in terms how things can play out. Because if you look at past history, the way British media and the monarch deal with things, they never straightforward. There's always something behind their words. So, yeah. Another thing is, I know that when you're not a citizen in the United States, if you are a resident, I believe right now, because Harry and Meghan are married, Harry is a resident. He's automatically resident in the U.S. Well, since Trump came, a lot of things changed, so I don't know what's in the books right now. So I really don't know. But the thing is that when you're not a citizen, I believe you are supposed to travel back to your country every 6 months, and then come back to the U.S. I don't know how long you're supposed to stay, if it's every 6 months or you just do a quick travel. So the reason I'm saying is that I feel like it's very dangerous for Harry to go back to England just like that, due to, I guess, legality of things, to his status in the U.S. So instead, if I were him, again, I don't know how things work, the legalization of things between countries in the U.S. If the Commonwealth sort of somewhat under the umbrella of Britain have the same rule. So instead of going to Britain, he could easily go to Canada instead to have that 6 month stamp in his passport. I don't know if he carry passport now, because I think, well, he's not HRH anymore. When you are HRH, your face is your passport, but he's not a HRH, so I don't know if he has passport. So there's a lot of things that goes into that. So I'm just throwing these out there, the way he could maneuver that type of system instead of going to Britain. There's, social media. He could have Zoom, to deal with those patronages he has in England. So his presence doesn't really need to be there. So if he is going there, he needs to work with someone very, very trustworthy to watch his back. Because the limelight, the spotlight that those British, the royal, I guess, so possessed of, they want that. And Harry is not even trying to get the spotlight. He's just trying to put spotlight on the work that he's doing. But every move he make, he get the spotlight. So the jealousy of that put his life at risk, I think. And Meghan, I don't even need to talk to Meghan. She doesn't need to go back there. That's the end of that. So yeah, the last video that I did yesterday with who's coming to hang out, pretty much on the last part where I put the music, I said some very serious stuff there, and I decided to remove it. So this is why I'm doing this video, to sort of replace that.
Just very briefly, Omid, how will the story end, do you think? Will they return to the UK one day? Will Harry want to come back into the royal family at some stage?
I mean, the Queen's made it very clear to Harry and Meghan that the door is always open for them to come back. They're obviously currently in a 12-month probation period that will be discussed next Easter to see whether it is that they would want to come back. I think when we look at them now, though, they seem very forward-focused. They're laying their roots in the US, and I think the UK will play a big role in their lives when it comes to their patronages and, of course, the family they have over here, but not as working members of it.
Have gotten used to seeing some of my peers referring to me as a cheerleader or a mouthpiece or a non-journalist or whatever it is that pleases them. I think what's interesting about this story in general, and I'm not just talking about the press corps here, I think it presents a side of the story that it almost feels like some people don't want to hear, that they were satisfied with what we had heard from palace insiders and anonymous royal aides from the other quarters of the royal households, briefing on a couple that they weren't even working directly with. And we ended up with this sort of web of tabloid tales that were so far from the truth, because many of the people sharing those stories weren't there for those moments. And it's one of the things that Carolyn and I were lucky to sort of have access to, that inner circle around Harry and Meghan, through the people that they work with, past and present, close friends, and those people, many of which were in the room during times like these. And so we were able to get much closer to the center of the story, put some of the more obnoxious gossip to rest.
All right, so thanks for watching. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share.